Hello everyone, this is John Blade 101 again, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Now I know I haven't actually made a video in a while, but that's mostly because of just life things. I don't really want to get into that. But today we're going to talk about Microsoft's E3 conference, and if I had to sum this conference up into one word, it would be average. And the conference got better, I think, more the longer they went into it, because at first when they showed off the Scorpio, which we now know is the Xbox One X, which is a name that I'm not exactly in love with, and I don't really hate either. It's just a name, and that they announced that, and then they showed off Forza 7, or Forza 7. Not really that big of a deal. I'm not really into Forza games. Not really that big into other racing games like that. I'm more like a Mario Kart guy, just in general. But Forza, for those who like Forza, you have a next one. An Xbox One X is going to be enhancing everything into 4K. But we'll get into that aspect later. Now, the thing that made this conference actually laughable at first is that after they announced Forza 7, they had announced they had a partnership with Porsche, and that they showed off a Porsche car, like I guess the newest Porsche car of this year, and I bust out laughing because I didn't expect that, honestly, to have them talk about the Porsche car for a while and showing how it's going to be the most powerful car, and that's going to be in this game and all this stuff and not really that interested in that, but I guess if you're a car fan, I guess you're into that. But that was pretty funny. And I would say that Microsoft kept it mostly about the games. They didn't really they went to the hardware specs of the Xbox One X to prove that it is the most, quote-unquote, the most powerful console that has ever been created. I guess so. I don't really know. I'm not a very big specs guy, so I'd have to look that up. But sure, I'm not sure. This is a mostly 4K console, and it's upgrading other games to have a better range. They went into how if you use a game on the Xbox Xbox One X, that it would look better on your 1080p TV screen, even if you don't have a 4K TV, and that's cool and all. I'd have to see that effect for myself, but I'm sure they're probably keeping their word on that one. But Xbox One X, cool. Not gonna bet it. I'll get into that later as also. But anyway, so they started the conference. They went into the hardware specs, as I said. 4K was a big aspect, and that is probably the largest thing they pushed in this whole thing. After every single trailer, they would have 4K, high dynamic range, on Xbox One X. And that's cool and all, you're pushing 4K. I mean, this is the first real console to really get deep into the 4K gaming, which is all fine and dandy. Like I said, probably not going to get an Xbox One X, I'm sorry, and probably get some of these games on PC or the Windows 10, I guess you could say. And that's really one thing that kind of irked me about this conference, is that after every game they started off with this guy, the guy with the deep voice saying exclusive, and then they would show off a game that looked pretty cool. I'm not going to say that any of the games look bad, but then they show exclusive, and then they would show off and it was Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. And in terms of, I think that a lot of people can understand, is that if you can get a game on more than one platform, then how is it an exclusive game? I'm sure if you're talking about it's exclusive to Microsoft platforms, which does make sense, but I'm just saying it's also kind of a little bit misleading, because you can get this on the PC, and most people that use Windows or Windows 10 or whatever can buy this game. And so why would I go out and spend $500 on an Xbox One X instead of just getting a game on my already Windows 10 PC, if you get my drift? And so I didn't really get it. I mean, this is some of the games look interesting, I'm not gonna lie to you. That new Metro game looks pretty cool. A lot of the games, they look cool, but what is out there to really entice people to go buy an Xbox One S or Xbox One X instead of getting a PC or upgrading their already existing PCs for probably less money and be able to play some of these games already? I guess the 4K aspect, but I'm not sure that a lot of people already have that kind of thing on their PC. If you're a PC gamer, you probably do have some kind of your PC probably is ready to play most of those games. And so I'm not sure there's too much out there to really entice people to get an Xbox One X unless you do not own a PC. But going on, let's talk about some of the games. The games were, like I said, pretty cool, most of them. I never felt like a game was bad. I thought the new Assassin's Creed looked interesting. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan, and I'm not really sure if I 100% trust Ubisoft after the last couple of ones. They've had this graphical issues. And so, but this one looks pretty cool. It's called Assassin's Creed Origins. This is a nice looking game. Nothing really that really stood out to me. The Egyptian setting was pretty nice. I think that that's going to be an interesting setting to play in, but nothing really that huge that is really getting me like, oh, I really need to play Assassin's Creed Origins. Another game they showed off again, which is a game they've teasing for a while or been showing off for. Cuphead was near the end, of course, but I'm just saying, Cuphead was pretty cool. I really like the style, the graphical style of the game. It's got this really cool like old Mickey Mouse cartoon, like early cartoon vibe. I think that's pretty awesome. The game looks pretty cool. Actually is an Xbox exclusive, so if you want that game, you gotta get an Xbox. Pretty cool game. May pick it up, may not. May have to get like an Xbox One S or something like that. That's way less money than the Xbox One X instead to get Cuphead, but you know what I mean. The games were pretty cool. The games were interesting. I don't think that there's anything really I thought that was bad besides the beginning part when they were showing off the Porsche, and I don't really think that didn't take up too much time, so I don't think that really put a big strain on their conference, but that was a very noticeably bad segment of their conference. Another big announcement they had was original Xbox backwards compatibility, which is a great thing for any of y'all that played the original Xbox. I actually did not when I was young, because I was a young guy when those consoles came out with the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. I knew people that had an Xbox, but I never got into Xbox, and I probably should have, but I was more of a PlayStation and GameCube guy, so I guess that's kind of how things went for me. But yeah, I mean, if I do choose to get an Xbox One S, which is probably the more likely option for me, that's kind of solidified my choices when it came to this conference, I most likely get an Xbox One S instead of an X. And so I would definitely use that backwards compatibility to play some of those games I never got to play as a child. And yeah, I mean, that's really the best part of the conference, really, is that announcement right there. So this is just opening up a brand new library for anybody that has an Xbox One or who wants to get an Xbox One or considering getting an Xbox One. Now you can play from the Xbox 360 and you can play from the original Xbox. So that's one thing they have over Sony as a whole. And so I was very proud of that announcement. I really think that is a really good reason to buy a Xbox console. But of course, not necessarily to buy the X, but to buy a console in general. And they also have improved graphics on all of them. So I'm sure that the X is not the only one that has improved graphics. Of course, the X may have like some 4K upscaling or whatever, but I'm not sure if that's going to really change the fundamentals of these games. These games are not exactly like, they were never 4K to begin with, so I'm not sure how much better they're going to look. I'm sure they're going to look a lot better, but I'm not sure if they're going to look like a brand new game, if you get what I mean. So overall, I would say the conference was pretty good. I found it was pretty enjoyable. I liked a lot of the games they showed off. Definitely, if I'm going to get an Xbox console, it kind of failed in the regard of me trying to get an Xbox One X, but I definitely feel more enticed to get an Xbox One S later on this year when it goes on sale. And so I feel like it succeeded in that area where it got me interested in an Xbox console, but also kind of makes me feel like with the whole PC aspect that I might not get an Xbox One S, but maybe upgrade my own PC to maybe play some of these games, or invest in a stronger PC, I guess, if that makes any sense. But I'm not sure exactly what the focus is of giving all of the games on PC that they showed off. You can also get an Xbox One, because I feel like that takes away from the Xbox console if you can get everything on a separate and better platform than the Xbox. So I'm not sure what exactly they're thinking marketing wise. I guess they want to maximize sales, which is always fine with a company to want to maximize sales. I mean, that makes sense. You're a company, you want to make money. But I feel like things are pretty good. I would say this console was a C. Not C plus, not C minus, just a C. It was average. I enjoyed it for what it was. It dragged on a little long for me, but it still was. I feel like it was a fine conference, and I feel like that anyone who wants to get an Xbox console, you can either get one or you can get a PC, and I guess you got to decide that for yourself. But yeah, I really I would say that I enjoyed this conference at the very least. Alright then, well, this is a little review for this conference, and I will be reviewing Sony's when they come out and Nintendo's when they come out as well, and may actually decide to film some extra trailer reactions for y'all for any other games that come out separately that I didn't get a chance to watch in a conference. Alright then, this is John Blade 101 everybody, and I bid y'all good day. Have a good one.